Premier League goalkeepers, top 20 GK in 2023-24 EPL. From Peter Schmeichel underpinning Manchester United's early dominance of the Premier League era to Ederson redefining what fans expect from his position. England's top flight has been the home of goalkeeping pioneers. The position has arguably become more important than ever in modern football given the demand on keepers to do far more than simply keep the ball out of their net. And there are plenty of talented players at the top of the team sheets in the Premier League. During the early weeks of the 2023-24 season, the Sporting News pulled its football writers to rank the top performers in each position. We then compiled a final list based on those selections. Between the posts, the competition in the vote was fierce, with Liverpool number 1 Ederson and his compatriot Ederson both highly regarded as the likes of Aaron Ramsdale see their stars continue to rise, and Andre Onana reacquaints himself with Erik ten Hag at Old Trafford. Read on to find out our top goalkeepers in the Premier League, ranked from 20 to the number 1. Top 20 goalkeepers in the Premier League. 20. James Trafford, Burnley. There is plenty of excitement around Trafford, who joined Burnley from Manchester City in a deal that could rise to £19 million/$24 million, despite never playing club football above League One level. However, the 20-year-old is a gifted shot-stopper who excels with the ball at his feet and, after being the hero of England's Euro Under-21 success this year, he could even force his way into the full squad by the time Euro 2024 rolls around. 19. Guglielmo Vicario, Tottenham. The successor to long-serving Hugo Lloris at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Vicario has been identified as a modern goalkeeper who can play his part in Ange Postecoglou's expansive style of play. Playing in Serie A last season, the 26-year-old managed to keep Empoli away from relegation trouble, with 97 saves and a save percentage of 71.11 over the course of the season. 18. Thomas Kaminski, Luton Town. After plotting their unlikely route out of the Championship, Luton dipped back down to pinch Kaminski from Blackburn Rovers, where he was voted Player of the Year in 2020-21. The 30-year-old continued to impress as a reassuring presence at Ewood Park and has been on the fringes of the Belgium national team, where opportunity knocks this season after Thibaut Courtois suffered a serious knee injury. 17. Sam Johnstone, Crystal Palace. Now 30, the former Manchester United youngster replaced Vicente Guaita as Palace number 1 over the closing months of last season. His form earned him an England recall, and he was an unused substitute for the Euro 2024 qualification wins over Malta and North Macedonia, although an old friend is now gunning for his club spot. 16. Alphonse Areola, West Ham. Former Paris Saint-Germain goalkeeper Areola endured a nomadic lone existence during what might have been his peak years, landing at Real Madrid and Fulham before joining West Ham last year. The 30-year-old was given the gloves for the Hammers' run to Europa Conference League glory and was rewarded with a permanent transfer and the No.1 slot ahead of Łukasz Fabianski for the start of the 2023-24 league campaign. 15. Jason Steele, Brighton. The reason Robert Sanchez's move to Chelsea is another high-profile departure Brighton need not worry about too much. Steele, who represented Great Britain at the 2012 Olympics, is enjoying a career renaissance at 33. His passing accuracy of 87.9% was the best of any goalkeeper to play 15 or more Premier League games last season, outstripping Ederson and Ederson, as Steele proved himself to be perfectly in step with Roberto De Zerbi's innovative playing style. 14. Stefan Ortega, Manchester City. Serving as Ederson's backup has proved to be a thankless task for the likes of Claudio Bravo and Zach Steffen at City, but Ortega has thrived. An unheralded free transfer arrival from Arminia Bielefeld last summer, the 30-year-old excelled on his cup appearances to the extent that Bayern Munich were batting eyelashes at him before the transfer window closed. 13. Dean Henderson, Crystal Palace. Brilliant on loan at Nottingham Forest last season before injury intervened, having previously excelled for Sheffield United, the move away from Manchester United to Palace was a must for Henderson. A penalty specialist, He has the talent to force his way into England's Euro 2024 shake-up. 12. Łukasz Fabianski, West Ham. Still going strong at 38, former Arsenal man Fabianski has matured into one of the most reliable Premier League goalkeepers of the past decade. First at Swansea City and now with West Ham. Has a fight on his hands to regain the West Ham number 1 slot from Arila. 11. Robert Sanchez, Chelsea. Any disputes over whether Sanchez would start the season as Chelsea's first choice were settled by Kepa Arrizabalaga's move to Real Madrid. The 25-year-old broke into the Spain setup thanks to impressive form for Brighton, especially during Graham Potter's tenure. He now has the chance to kick on at the elite level, a far cry from the lone spells at Forest Green Rovers and Rochdale that helped him to cut his teeth in English football. 10. Jose Sa, Wolves. One of the last men standing at Wolves after a summer where several of the club's big names were sold to try to balance the books. Sa's 108 saves last season put him joint fourth alongside Fabianski among Premier League goalkeepers, and another busy campaign is in the offing. 9. David Raya, Arsenal. Mikel Arteta might be flying in the face of convention by stating he has no settled number 1, especially after Aaron Ramsdale's excellent 2022-23, but Raya gives him ample reasons to push the boundaries. His 154 saves for Brentford last season were the most of any goalkeeper in the Premier League, while he retained a best-in-class 77% save percentage throughout this heavy workload. 8. Jordan Pickford, Everton. Always valuable and sometimes erratic, Pickford's goalkeeping is not to everyone's tastes, as evidenced by the England number 1 being the third highest Englishman on this countdown. However, his status with Gareth Southgate's side is fairly undisputed, and there is no way Everton would still be playing Premier League football without him as their last line of defence. 7. Nick Pope, Newcastle United. Newcastle's run to Champions League qualification was underpinned by the solid foundations Pope provides. In 37 appearances, he conceded just 32 goals, racking up an impressive save percentage of 73.11 and keeping 14 clean sheets, second only to Golden Glove winner David De Gea. 6. Bernd Leno, Fulham. Fulham's top half finish owed much to Leno, who frequently found himself overworked for Marco Silva's side last season. Only Raya made more than his 144 saves or faced more than his 194 shots, amounting to a save percentage of 73. 71. 5. Andre Onana, Manchester United. There will be big pressure on Onana to perform given Erik ten Hag now has a goalkeeper who fits with his playing model amid expectations United can kick on this season. The former Ajax man's brilliance for Inter Milan en route to last season's Champions League final suggests he has the wherewithal to cope. 4. Aaron Ramsdale, Arsenal. Several Arsenal players stepped up to the plate to prolong their title charge last season, and Ramsdale was among the most impressive. Even as their form faltered, he excelled, with his display at Anfield particularly excellent. He has a fight on his hands after Raya's arrival, but it feels foolish to bet against him. 3. Emiliano Martinez, Aston Villa. All it took for Lionel Messi to finally start winning international honors was for Emiliano Martinez to become Argentina's goalkeeper. Tidy in possession and with a save percentage in excess of 70% last season, Martinez continues to set the standard for an increasingly ambitious Aston Villa. 2. Ederson, Manchester City. For all the showreel exploits of his outfield teammates, Ederson is arguably Pep Guardiola's most important signing at Manchester City. The Brazil international's prowess, skill, and sometimes absurd calmness in possession help Guardiola's system to tick, while his performances at the business end of last season's Champions League run showed he remains a reliable shot stopper on the biggest occasions. 1. Alisson, Liverpool. Liverpool endured a disappointing season last term, but Alisson's form and stock never dipped. An enviably complete goalkeeper in every facet of the game, he remains arguably the very best in the world. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.